Hey guys, Carla with Carla's Clever Crafts. We're going to do a Easter wreath tonight. We're going to do a gnome with this chocolate bunny that says Happy Easter. And then today I made a couple little chocolate bunny attachments that we're going to use on here with our sign. So let me get my comments loaded in here and we'll get started. Okay, we're going to be working on a 14-inch frame from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to be using the cruffle method. So we're going to wire this with pipe cleaners for the cruffle method. The way that I do that is you have 6 different sections on this wreath frame. So in between each crossbar is considered a section. There are 6 of those. We're going to put 3 pipe cleaners in each section for a total of 18. And to do that, I start on the middle 2 bars and run my pipe cleaner underneath, and we're going to try to get it in the middle of the 2 crossbars. Just center it up, pull it tight, and twist your knot over this inside bar. And then I just push my pipe cleaner down to the inside. Then we're going to come to the outside 2 wires, and in between this pipe cleaner and this crossbar, we're going to try to center it here. Do the same thing, line it up, pull it tight, and twist your knot over the inside bar. Just like that. Push your pipe cleaner out to the outside, out of your way, and come to the other side and do the same thing. Between this crossbar and this pipe cleaner, we're going to come on the outside 2 rings. Tie our knot on the inside bar. And then that is 1 section complete. Got 3 in each section. So once you get all 6 sections completed, you'll end up with 12 pipe cleaners on the outside 2 wires and 6 on the inside 2 wires. Okay? And then at that point, you'll be ready to start adding your mesh. Now, I already have the base started for us for our wreath design tonight. I've already put the pipe cleaners and I've started laying in the mesh and a few of the ribbon tails, but I left just a section here so I can explain how I did that. I don't know why my computer's not loading, but I'd like to make sure that my camera angle is good because I've had some issue with that lately. Okay, so I'm going to give it a minute and see if it'll load, and then I'll go ahead and get started. Go. Seems to be working now. Almost got it. Okay, so for our first layer of materials, hey Brian, thanks for watching, honey. I am going to be using a mesh, a cream colored mesh and a light pink mesh, and I'm going to rotate those 2 colors all the way around. When we start, we're only going to be working on the pipe cleaners on the outside 2 rings. So to start off with, only those 12 outside pipe cleaners. Leave the 6 that you push to the inside in the inside out of your way. Okay, and I have, I did pink and cream, and so now I need pink again. So we're going to do cruffle method. And to do the cruffle method, we just fold over the end and use our pinkies to hold the edges down, and we're just going to roll it 2, 3, 4 times. Put our clip on and turn it away from us. Do the same thing on the other end. 2, 3, 4. Should look like that. You're going to turn your 2 curls face down on your table, and then we just scrunch right up the middle, small sections at a time, to create a ruffle. So then it will look like this before you place it in. On the bottom row, again tonight, we're going to put our mesh in with the finished edge to the outside and the inside. That gives us an overall 24 to 25 inch wreath design when we're done. Pull your pipe cleaner very tight and give it a couple twists. We want this bottom row of mesh because it's forming our base to be very secure. So now we've done pink, we need to do cream. Repeat the same process, make another cruffle. Turn it away from us. And do the same thing on the other end. Turn it face down. Scrunch up the middle. Remember, small sections at a time so it kind of gives it a ruffled effect. And then place it in your next pipe cleaner the same way. Pull very tight and give it a couple twists. Okay. And now we are ready to do our last piece of mesh on here. And when I do my designs, other than when I'm doing them on live to teach, I do my whole row of mesh first. That's the first thing that I do. I don't do mesh then ribbons, mesh then ribbons. I do my whole row of mesh first. Okay, so now we're going to put a pink one in that last pipe cleaner. So this mesh is 10 inches wide. Every piece is cut 16 to 17 inches long. And on the base, you will need 6 of each color for a total of 12 pieces. And then when we place our last piece of mesh in, we want to make sure the piece to the right, we pull it out over top of the piece we just put in so that everything's laying consistent all the way around. Okay, and then we'll start working on our ribbon tails. I did use 6-inch pieces in this design, so we'll talk about that first. Okay, so on the base, I've used actually 4 different ribbons. I have used this purple, I think this is called Flex Mesh. It's kind of a little bit stretchy. This is not wired, and I think it's 1.5 inches wide. Then we have this really pretty blue. I think it's like an aqua blue. And it is also 1.5 inches wide. The purple Flex Mesh came from craftoutlet.com. This was part of Sam's ribbon collection, their spring ribbon collection this year. And then we're also using a blue polka dot, which is 1.5 inches and also came from Sam's spring collection. And then we're going to use a pink polka dot, and this one is 1.5 inches, and this one came from craftoutlet.com. Okay, so on your base, we're going to do these 2 ribbons as our 6-inch pieces. So you will need 3 12-inch pieces of the pink and 3 12-inch pieces of the blue. And then to get your 6-inch pieces, you'll first dovetail on each end. So go over that real quick. Fold it in half, long ways, line up your ends, and take your scissors and cut from the folded edge to the wired edge at an upward angle. So then when you open it up, you'll have a pretty V shape. Do that to the ends of all your ribbons. Okay, and when you get them dovetailed to get your 6-inch pieces, you're just going to fold it in half and kind of crease it down here, and take your scissors and just cut right along that crease, and that will give you your, you'll have 12 total. You'll have 6 6-inch pieces of pink and 6 6-inch pieces of blue. Okay, and once we get our 12-inch pieces, the next thing I do after my row of mesh is I go ahead and go all the way around with my 6-inch pieces. And I rotated those on this design. I did the pink polka dot, blue polka dot, pink polka dot, blue polka dot. So now we're back to the pink. Oh, I forgot to show you how I did that. That's okay. We have a couple more. Okay, so we did the pink, and now we're going to do the blue. On your 6-inch pieces, you're going to have that one straight edge. So lay it down in front of you and just scrunch along that edge. Pinch it between your fingers like that. And then just lay that straight into your pipe cleaner with the 6-inch piece coming straight out the middle of the piece of mesh that you're laying it on. Pull it tight and give it a twist. And then just fluff it up so it kind of arches outward. And then we're ready to do our pink. And this will be our last 6-inch piece on the design, and we'll be ready to then come in on this layer with our 12-inch pieces of ribbon. Okay, so for the 12-inch pieces, you will need 6 of this blue and 6 of the purple. And what we're going to do is rotate those as well. I place the purple over top of the blue polka dot and the blue over top of the pink polka dot. And as you can see, I've just rotated that. Purple, blue, purple, blue. So next we're going to need a purple. Now this flex mesh, I mentioned that it's not wired, so it doesn't exactly lay the same as your other ribbons that are wired will. But as you can see, it still looks really pretty in your design. It doesn't unravel. It's pretty good quality, so I do like it. Okay, and I forgot to show you the how I did it. I'll do that on the next one. Okay. Hey, Laura. Okay, we did purple, so now we need blue. And when we lay these 12-inch pieces, we just lay it flat in front of us, scrunch up the middle, and V it back towards us. Line up these two ends so they're even. And then we just place that right in the pipe cleaner so that it V's around the 6-inch piece that we just put in. Pull it tight, give it 3 or 4 twists. You're not putting anything else in this pipe cleaner, so at this point you can clip them off. Squeeze the end down in or push the end down in and give it a squeeze to tighten it. And fluff out your ribbon tails, and you're ready to go to your next one. Did blue, so now we're back to purple. Give it a good squeeze, 3 or 4 twists. Okay, and then our last one on this layer is the blue. I'm just going to pull this purple to the right out over top of the blue that we just put in, and that's what we have so far. Really pretty, lots of colors and patterns and textures. Okay, so now we're ready to start working on the inside 6 pipe cleaners. So we're just going to reach between the pieces of mesh and pull all of those straight out. I just go all the way around, do all 6 of them at one time, have them ready for me to start putting the materials in. Now I have all 6, and on my second layer of mesh I'm going to use this really pretty iridescent purple. It is window pane mesh, and this came from Craft Outlet. It's also 10 inches wide and cut 16 to 17 inches long. And we're going to use the same method, the cruffle method. we just lay it out in front of us, fold it over, and then 2, 3, 4. Use your clip to hold your curl. Turn it around. Do the same thing. Turn your curls face down. Scrunch up the middle, small sections at a time. It'll look like this. And this time, when we put it in our top 6 pipe cleaners, we're going to put the finished edge to the right and to the left. Okay. So the bunnies that I made to attach to this wreath tonight, it's the first time I've ever made my own attachment. So I'm pretty excited with how they came out, considering I've never done anything like that before. And it was kind of a complete experiment, but I think they're really cute. They're going to match the sign really well. And I hope to be able maybe to do a tutorial showing how to do those soon. I just want to master it myself first, and these are the only 2 I've ever done, so I think I need to practice a little more. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I try my best. Okay. I just love this purple window pane. It's kind of see-through, so you can still see your collars and your ribbons underneath. But it is a really nice pop of color on the top there that's going to frame around our sign. So I really love using it. They have it in all colors too. They have pink, orange, red, green. Well, they have light green and dark green. I'm not sure about blues. I have never used the blue, if they do have it. But I use the red and green at Christmas time, and then I use the spring colors in the Easter, spring, and summer season. They do have yellow. I've used the yellow as well. It's really nice on lemon wreaths or pineapple wreaths. Okay. 2 more. I will say this, making wreaths was not always easy for me. I still have some of my first wreaths that I did. I even thought about doing a live and showing some of those and showing progress to encourage people that even if it's not natural and easy to you, still go ahead and give it a try, because my first wreaths were really terrible. I had no idea what I was doing, had not really watched many videos, just started trying to wire stuff together, and it's just crazy. I also, when I first started out, believe it or not, I did not even know what deco mesh was. And I ordered, somebody was selling an entire lot of tulle, and I ordered the entire lot of tulle thinking that's what I needed to make all those beautiful wreaths I had been seeing. And so I still have probably 90% of that tulle. Because I quickly learned that's not the right stuff. It's not going to ever look like deco mesh does. I do use it in some designs, but not nearly as much as deco mesh, of course. And so, you know, it's a learning curve for anybody, and I certainly was not a natural. It took me some time to learn, and of course studying and watching other people. And then you get to a point to where you combine parts of others' designs into your own and come up with your own unique way of doing it. So that's kind of where I'm at now. Okay. Okay, so I just cut the tags and the string off of our sign, but we got to do our top layer of ribbon tails or ribbons first. And on the top, our gnome sign has, of course he's a gnome, so I'm going to use this really pretty gnome ribbon. And then he's got some Easter eggs down here as well as the chocolate bunny. So I thought I made the chocolate bunnies for attachments that I would use the Easter egg pattern ribbon. Okay, and so for the top layer, you have 12 pipe cleaners. You're going to need 6 of 12-inch pieces of the egg and 6 12-inch pieces of the gnome. Okay, and the way that we're going to do them is we're just going to crisscross them into an X. And then scrunch right up the middle. Pinch the 2 sides together, hold them between your fingers just like that, and then just place it straight down into your pipe cleaner. Twist it 3 or 4 times, and then just like on the first layer, cut off the extra, fold the little piece still there down inside and squeeze it, and then adjust your ribbons. Okay, and we're actually using this same pattern all the way around, so that's why you will need 6 of each of these. We're going to frame the entire sign with gnomes and eggs. This gnome ribbon is a grosgrain ribbon too, which means it's not wired. Now the flex ribbon, once you put it in there, the purple I used on the bottom, it will pretty much stay in place even though it's not wired. This grosgrain ribbon will not. So what I usually do once I get this wreath design completely done is I will take the tips of this and put just a little dab of glue and touch it to the one it's overlapping already and just let it secure there. That way it holds these tails in place even though they're not wired. Okay. Maybe I need to get better lighting for back here because it's late by the time I get to go live and it seems kind of dark to me. Alright guys, we have 2 more and then we can attach our sign and the little chocolate bunnies that I made today. when you're clipping off your pipe cleaners, remember to be careful not to cut your mesh. Any cuts in your mesh will cause it to fray. Whoops, my ring got caught on it. Okay, so this is what it looks like with all of our mesh now and our ribbon tails. Really pretty. Lots of bright spring colors in there. Okay, and to attach our sign, I'm going to use my metal hole punch. And I'm going to punch a hole up here at the top and down here at the bottom. And I just come in a little ways off of the edge of the sign. I've mentioned before, I got this on Amazon, and it's a metal hole punch, but it works well with MDF signs also. And it makes a very small hole, so it's really not even noticeable when you attach it to your wreath. And then we're going to use 26 gauge floral wire from the Dollar Tree. They normally carry it year round. I had some trouble finding some recently and could only find purple and blue. So they did have it online though. I just didn't want to order a case of, I think it's like 36 you had to order. Okay. So I cut my pieces of wire pretty long, probably about 14 inches, to give me plenty to wire down through to the frame, through all of our materials. Okay, to attach my wire, I just put the wire through the hole. I have to take my glasses off to see. Okay, and then turn the sign upside down and pull your wires until your ends are even, just like you did the pipe cleaners when you put them on the frame. Okay. And then we're going to twist, we're going to pull tight, and we're going to twist our knot right directly over top of the hole that we made in the back of our sign. So don't twist your knot on the side over here, because then it'll wobble and move and slide around. Twist it over top of that hole. Make sure you do that while you're pulling your wire tight. And I usually twist 3 or 4 times. Okay, and then we're ready to come over and do the other side. Do the exact same process. Pull it tight and twist it over the hole. Go in there in the other room, honey. Nana's live. Go in there. Thank you. I'll be done in just a few minutes, sweetie. Okay, so now we're going to just lay our sign in. I think I'm going to try to position it kind of down inside this really pretty purple mesh we put on top, and have that framing around it if I can. Our sign's pretty tall, so we'll see. So I'm just going to take the wires and push them down through the mesh to the frame underneath. And I'm going to wrap them around 2 of the rings on that wire frame. Okay, and once I get them there, I'm just going to hold them. I'm going to look at the position of my sign. This is a pretty tall guy, so I'm going to just try to center him up the best I can there. Okay, and I'm not going to pull down real tight on my sign, just slightly. Because I don't want to sink him to the back of my wreath design, or to the, lose him in the mesh of materials. I want him to be the most prominent thing on my wreath. And I just twist the wires underneath about 10 to 12, 15 times, whatever you're comfortable with. I like to do it a lot and make sure it's secure. And then clip your wires. And then I take this little piece of wire that is still here, and I just wrap it around this inside ring on the frame until I push the sharp edge up inside. now we're going to just turn around and attach our other side. So work our wires down through all the material to the frame. I'm going to go ahead and reach over here and turn on my glue gun. We're going to need that to attach our chocolate bunnies. I'm pulling this mesh out so I don't mash it down when I'm putting my sign in. And again, I'm just pulling down slightly and twisting the wires around themselves. Cut off the extra. You don't have to make your wires as long as I do, because I do waste some wire. It's $1.25 for 100 feet of it. It's just easier on my hands if I have longer wires to work with, and it's less difficult for me to work down through all those materials. So for me, it's worth the penny or so each time that I cut off extra. Some fraying there. I'm going to tuck that down inside to protect it. Okay, so now we have the two little chocolate bunnies that I made. I put little purple bows on them. My husband gave me the idea of using the googly eye, which I thought is really cute. So I need to just decide where I'm going to put these fellas. I think I like them like right in there, just sitting. We've got this little crevice here and a little crevice here where the mesh kind of V's up. And I think I'm just going to glue one in on each side there, like that. I think that's kind of cute. So I'll let the glue gun heat up just a little longer, and I will do that. Those bunnies might have been a little bigger than I had anticipated they were going to be. I think they're still going to look cute. And then maybe, let's see. No, those eggs are too big. I'm not going to use those. I think I'm just going to do the chocolate bunnies. Probably pretty good and hot. So I'm just going to come on the back here, and I'm going to put all over the bottom of this a really healthy dose of glue. Oh, my glue popped. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick it right down here in this crevice, and I'm going to have it grab a hold of the ribbons behind it as well as the mesh. So it's got something good and secure to hang on to. And I'm just going to hold it there for a little bit and let it start drying. Okay. Maybe go ahead and do the other one, same way. I did make our bunnies facing the opposite way so that when I put them on the wreath, they could be like looking towards each other. Trying not to stick my fingers in that glue. Probably have my finger protectors on. They're holding on there very well. So this is what it looks like with the two little chocolate bunnies and our gnome sign. Let me know what you guys think. you like that, or if there's anything that you would add to it, let me know that in the comments. And I really appreciate you guys spending some of your evening with me and watching my video. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you again tomorrow.